Now, having seen what is the importance of branding to the consumers, what is the importance of branding to the firms, now let us have a look at what are the different branding decisions which can be taken. Now, different branding decision as a brand manager, you or as a marketing manager, you may have to take a decision that when you are coming up with a new product, then are you going to place this new product in the market as an individual brand, or are you going to put this new product in the market under the corporate brand name, or are you going to put this product in the market as a sub brand? So these are different branding decisions that you need to take as a brand manager. All right. So these are also known as different branding strategies which can be taken by a brand manager. Am I going to place my product as an individual brand, or am I going to place my product under the umbrella brand name? That is the corporate brand name. Or am I going to place my product as a sub brand? Now, let us have a look at what is individual brand, what is umbrella brand name, and what is sub brand. Now, the first branding decision that you might have to take. If you say that I'm going to place my product as an individual brand, what does it mean? A marketing strategy under which every product by a company has its own unique brand name is called individual branding. So, what are you doing? You are placing your product as an individual brand. For example, Nestle. Nestle is placing Kit Kat as an individual brand. Okay. So, Kit Kat has its own identity. KitKat has its own logo. KitKat has its own name. In the same way, we keep, having this Polo sweets. Now, if I talk about Polo, what is Polo? Polo is another brand which is under the brand of Nestle, but it is not associated directly with the Nestle brand. How was Polo positioned or placed in the market? It was placed as an individual brand Polo. All right. Now, by placing a particular brand as an individual brand in the market, what are you doing? You're creating a distinctive image and distinctive identity for your product. You're not saying that this product belongs to Nestle, although the logo of Nestle will be there, but you're positioning it as an individual brand in itself. It also helps in making a brand establish a well defined and recognizable position in relation to the other brands of its family. This phenomenon can also be called as positioning. Now, companies frequently use different brand names for separate quality lines with the same class of products. If any products, why is it being done? What is the major reason? Why, rather than putting a product under the corporate brand name, why are you producing the product, or why are you placing or positioning the product as a separate brand? Why are you doing that? Because if that product fails in the long run, if people do not associate themselves with the product, then it is not going to tarnish the image or the reputation of the corporate brand. And that is the major reason that why most of the companies are placing their products as an individual or as a separate brand and not putting them under the brand name of the company. If I talk about, see here, you can see the examples in this picture. If I talk about Procter and Gamble, now Tide is a product of Procter and Gamble, right? But Tide was positioned as an individual brand. If I talk about Gillette, Gillette is one of the popular brands of P&G, but then again, Gillette was placed as an individual brand. Duracell batteries that we have, that were also placed as an individual brand. And then advertisement campaigns were also done to create an image specifically for Duracell, not for Procter and Gamble. Old Spice, another product of Procter and Gamble, was again branded as an individual brand. Okay, same way Crest toothpaste. This was again positioned as an individual brand in the market. So all these are examples which are shown in the slide, which the products which were belonging to a particular company which had its own corporate brand name, but they all were positioned as an individual brands. So this is one of the decisions that you need to take in branding, that how am I going to position my product? Am I going to position my product as an individual brand, as is shown in these cases? Now, as I was giving you the example of Nestle, now Nestle is the corporate brand, but under Nestle, you have individual brands like Polo, you have Nescafe, you have Maggie, you have Kit Kat. Then, under the same way, if I talk about this Mars family, the corporate brand name is Mars, but again, under the corporate brand name of Mars, there are different products like Galaxy, Bounty chocolates, Double Mint, okay, Milky Way, Orbit, Pedigree, Snickers, all these are positioned as individual brands. In the same way, if I talk about Faro Group, then Faro Group is again a corporate brand, but the Faro Group has positioned its products like Tic Tac, Ferro Rocher chocolates, Nutella as individual brands in the market, which are targeting a particular segment group. So this is one kind of branding decision. Another type of branding decision is called umbrella branding. Now, what happens in umbrella branding? The concept of umbrella branding represents a marketing practice which necessitates selling several related products under the name of a single brand. So, what you are doing, you have several products which your company is producing, and all these products are being sold under the single brand name. And what is the single brand name? It is the corporate brand name to which your products belong. So, umbrella branding or umbrella brand is also known as family branding. It involves creating good brand value for a single brand. As there is no need to research a name, development costs are also very low with the umbrella name, because every time you are coming up with a new product in the market, you don't have to come up with the new brand. You don't have to search for what name of the brand should be given to the new product that you're producing. So it also avoids spending heavily on advertising to create brand recognition, because already your parent brand might have been popularized in the market. So the goodwill of manufacturer's name can help in the strong sales of the new product. Corporates, they have an image of expertise, innovativeness, and trustworthiness, which is already built for them over the years. So when these corporates come up with child brand or a new product, then it is easier to put this product under the parent brand name and get it familiarized through the parent brand name among the customers. Now, an association with this corporate image has been proven to be influencing the evaluations of consumers directly. Now, the examples here, if I talk about Virgin Group, so Virgin Group has various businesses under its umbrella or corporate. For example, under the corporate brand name of Virgin, you have Virgin Media, you have Virgin Trains, you have Virgin Active, you have Virgin Money, you have Virgin Atlantic, you have Virgin Holidays. Now, all these different products which are associated with the Virgin Group, all of them bear the brand, corporate brand in its name, Virgin. Okay. So, taking the example, another example of automobiles, Honda family. Okay, now Honda family has brands like Honda Accord, Honda Civic, Honda CRV, Honda City, Honda Jazz under the same corporate brand name Honda. Okay, now what is happening in both these cases? The new products which are coming through these corporates are not positioned as a separate brand or as an individual brand. However, they are positioned under the corporate brand name, and each one of them bears the brand of the parent, that is Honda or Virgin. So this is another branding decision that you may have to take, or a branding strategy that you may have to adopt, that is placing your products under the family brand name. And lastly, the third type of branding decision could be sub-brand. Now, what is sub-brand? It is nothing but a brand within a brand is called a sub-brand. So, under the leading brand, what are you doing? You are placing a sub-brand which can use a different name for a product or service. It can also be further developed into its own well recognized brand name. The sub brand fuses. What does the sub brand do? It fuses two or more of the corporate brand, family brand, or individual product brand names. So, the sub brand that you are creating for your product now, it can be combination of two or more corporate brand names, or two or more family brand names, or two or more individual product brand names. Now, the company or the corporate name legitimizes the new product. At the same time, its own individual name individualizes the new product. Let us have a look at examples of these. Now, if I talk about the brand Cadbury. So under the brand Cadbury, you have several sub brands like you have Dairy Milk Chocolate, you have Five Star Chocolate, you have Cadbury's Bonvita, you have Cadbury's Gems. Now, what are all these? These are nothing but sub brands which are created within a brand. So within Cadbury's brand, you have sub brands like Dairy Milk Chocolate, Five Star Chocolate, Gems, and Five Star 3D. Okay. So in the same way, if I talk about Apple, okay, now Apple is a brand, right? Now under Apple, you have further sub brands like you have MacBook, you have iPhone, you have AirPods, you have Apple Watch, you have iMac. Now, what are all these? These are the sub brands under the brand category of Apple. Okay. So, this is the third branding decision that you may need to take as a brand manager. Okay. That am I going to place a product under the brand name as a sub brand category? All right.